I'm going to show you how to lay lino that's on a roll. And why do we need it on a roll? Well, we'll show you. It's a great idea. This is it out of the box. As you can see, it's kind of sticky backed, all ready for you. And then all you actually need to lay the thing is a pair of scissors and a tape measure. Well, you may be wondering, why would you want to do it on a roll? Well, normally when you buy lino, it's on big lengths and you've got to unroll it, and it can be very unwieldy. It all goes up the side of the walls and you've got to cut it, and it is quite a hassle to do. With this on a roll, it literally lays in strips. Now, why would you want something like this? Now, as you can see, here's our toilet pan, and it's had to be cut around, and it's a lot easier cutting with this on a roll because this is just the width of one strip, and it's a lot easier just to cut around your strip for that. It makes life a hell of a lot easier than when the lino is big and unwieldy. As you can see in our bathroom here, I've cut it around here, around the basin pedestal, the other one. Again, because it's in strips, it's a lot easier. Look at the shower. You can see that we've cut it around each one individual without having a big long length to try and cut round. It's made life a lot easier. Finally, as you can see, we have a trap door in our house to get under to our services. And as you can see, Shadow's trying to get down in there. She always tries once the floors come up. So we've had to lino this in, and we try to get the lines around our trap door. We have to have that there. It's our main access point underneath to all our services. So this is when this really comes in handy, because you get this kind of floorboard look, and it looks old and rustic floorboards. They look really great.
Oh no! Cat's gone under the floor.
No, she's gone there. Right, okay. So for us, it's very handy having it on the roll. Just lay it out on your board like so. And for us, say we've got to have this trap door, so it kind of just falls into place nicely, and it just looks part of the boarding, doesn't it? You can't really see that line up there. I know we've got a little line there, but that's not too bad. If it had been a bit wider, it would have actually met with the lines in there, but it kind of fits in. This flooring's been down about 2 years now, and it still looks as new and as good as when we first laid it. So it is very, very good. We really do go on about how good this is. Now we're going to do a little job now for our door. We've got a little area to lino, so we're going to use this because it makes most sense. We've got a little bit left over anyway, so we're going to go there now and we'll show you how to lay this lino. Well, this is the area that we're going to do today with that lino on a roll. You see, it's one of these little tiny areas. We've got a cabinet in a way. We're going to do one half, then we move the cabinet over and do the other half. And that's where this lino on a roll really does work, because you can just do a small section and then carry on and do the other half. You haven't got big rolls of stuff lying everywhere. So we're going to show you that now. We were going to lay it this way, but as we're going to get ridges where the boards are not quite level and so on, you might end up with ridges coming through. It would be better for us to lay it this way in line with the ridges there, so that you don't get them. This is going to be our preferred option. So we're going to get it laying all in that direction there, along the length of the boards.
Righto. First thing I'm going to do is measure a length of this, and that's 52, and then I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it slightly over, and it allows for the wall that might go out a little bit. Right, get this end in, because this is the end we don't want to be tripping over. This now needs to be cut up here, so you're going to need to cut a slither off of here. But here, if you come in, you'll see that we need to cut round here. So if you'd like to come down with the camera, you'll see this bit needs to be cut. So I'm going to mark it where I need to cut it, and I'm guessing I'm going to have to come in about this much because of this end here. So this is trial and error. There's different ways of doing this, but this is the way I'm going to do this today. So I'm going to cut this down and cut this slither off here. So this ends in nice and neatly, so there's no tripping up as we come up the step. I'm going to cut this in afterwards because it's such an awkward little amount. And you can see here now that I've cut this slither off. So that's the slither there, that sits in. So it just leaves me to make sure the floor is nice and clean, peel the backing paper off and stick it down. Now before I stick this, one little trick you can use, but you've got to make sure that it is the same distance. Lay the piece you've already cut down, lay it down and check whether or not it's the same length. And if it is, you can use this as your template and lay it on the next piece of lino to cut. Don't lay this on the next piece of lino and then use the next piece of lino to cut again, because it will get smaller and smaller each time. And do double check each time. I can see this is the same distance, so I'm just going to cut myself another length of this, then I know I've got the next piece ready. Okay, you can use scissors. It's very, very easy to cut with scissors, but if you want a straight line, I'd recommend you use a Stanley. I'm laying this my template on top of the piece underneath. I've got a piece of wood so that if I go through, I'm not going to mark the flooring underneath, and then I'm going to cut in a nice straight line down there with my Stanley. And there you have it, a nice straight edge. Okay, so we've made sure the floor is clean, and this just literally peels off. So you peel it off and then lay it down. So I'll get it peeled now. Now to get the backing paper off, it really sticks to this. You probably want someone else to pull it away for you. And then you just gently lay it down, make sure it's all where you want it to go, because once it's stuck, it's pretty much gone. And there you are. If you've got any overhang, you can always go over it with a standard knife afterwards. So there you are, our first piece is down. We're ready to lay our second piece. It's cut ready. If you have a pattern in your lino, please remember to get it around the right way before you start chopping. Again, double hand is easier. Make sure you've got this edge straight and this edge here, and lay it down. It sticks very, very, very quickly. Now, because it's stretched out, I'm going to need to trim the very end. So just be prepared for that. Sometimes when it's on the roll, where it's been rolled up, it has a different length almost as once you've pushed it straight and really stretched it out. So I've just got to trim that little bit there now. And we've got this nasty little piece to cut out. What you do is, you get your straight edge, your edge that you would have against here, you turn it over and lay it against the wall. Now this is particularly awkward because you've got another little ridge, so I'm going to ignore the ridge for the moment. And you mark it with your pencil here, and then you mark the other end, pushing it against the wall, and then you mark the other end with your pencil. And then you draw a line with your rule, and then you cut it off. Now I have actually already done that, it's already cut off, and then that, your straight edge is here, and then that sits in and fills the gap. And with this little awkward bit, I've just had to keep cutting around it until I get it right. But you can see that fits in there a treat. If you'd like to come down there, you can see how that just fits in beautifully.
So here we are then, job all done. We're showing this floor we've just done. Well, Jan's just done me. Fantastic job, and as you see, it looks just like floorboards. It looks really good, rustic looking feel to it. So highly recommended. I'm not sure where you get it these days because we've had it a couple of years in our garage, but it is good stuff. And so really, that's it. Lino on a roll, very handy. Nice, simple, easy job. Back home now in our bathroom. So just one I thought I'd pass on to you that I think is a very handy tip with that lino on a roll. I do thoroughly, as I say, recommend it. Alright, you know where to go, all our videos, me and Jan, Derriton33. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.